Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video here today and another hot lap. Today we are here for the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. This one was a very tricky lap, but guys, hit the like button if you enjoy these videos and subscribe for more of these hot laps, and let's get this one underway. So turn number one, you want to brake just before the 50-meter board. It's a very last-minute brake zone, really trying to push it. Use the camber to get the car rotated, use all the curb on the exit, and now important through here to clip all of these inside curbs as we don't go into the hairpin. Very tricky one, this one. Lots of different lines you can take. Important though to focus on your exit. We do pick up a little bit of wheel spin, but we did somehow gain a bit of time on the delta. Flat out through here as we now go down the hill. Try and keep the car very tight on the inside here as there is a little bit of banking to help you rotate the car. We now go for a little left kink and now flicking the car right, using all the exit curb to open up the next right-hander as we just slightly miss our apex, but we get a pretty good exit out there and find a little bit of time. This one again, this corner very tricky, lots of different lines. I personally go for a very early apex and try and get the power down as soon as possible, therefore carrying very little actual mid-apex speed. We now go into a little right flick that then feeds into a left hairpin once again. Very important here to keep it very tight. Don't run too wide, otherwise you will lose a lot of time. And then the penultimate corner, throwing the car in and use all the curb on the exit, and now the final corner, the epic banked final corner, waiting for the DRS. Important to let the car run wide because there is a bit of a downhill section, and that's going to give you a little bit more straight line speed. And we set a 1 minute 8.5 and only 33rd in the world, which was a bit of a shame, but it's a tricky lap, this one. It really was. I think by far my most challenging, even more than Vietnam. And the reason I say that's because it's such a short lap, therefore the lap time is, you know, every thousandth you can find is key. And you can see there James Baldwin is probably the first lap time that's legit on the leaderboard with no assists, and we're about 4.5 tenths off that. So it is a shame setup wise though. 3.6 wings, then 50-50 on the differentials. We then move to suspension geometry, and I'm running -290, -130, 008 and 026. Then on the suspension tab, I am running 2.5 suspension, 710 roll bar and 1.5 on the ride heights. Brakes, again as always, they are subjective. I run 95, 50, maybe 100 could be possible around here to be fair. And then finally the pressure is 23.4, 22.2, 21.9 and 21.1. And again guys, as always, this setup is made for racing, not for hot lapping. So these should be very helpful for you in your career mode, in your online races around here. So that's the aim of the series, to help you guys of course with all of your racing needs and not necessarily hot lapping. But let's talk about the lap a little bit. So it's a very challenging one. I seem to be losing most of my time in Sector 1 compared to the leaderboard and like the Esports guys. And I think it's this corner right here, this hairpin. There's lots of different lines to take, and I'm really not sure what the best one is. I kept on experimenting, and I could never quite get it right every single time, which made it quite tricky. This section through here, this long right, I kind of got on top of this one, so going for the early apex, keeping it nice and tight is definitely the best way to go. And then through here as well, if you can stay off the exit curb, I think you'd probably be a little bit better because it makes the camera shake a little bit. And then these two corners here, this right and the left, very complex. Again, lots of different lines, especially through this left-hander here. Eventually, I kind of found that taking an early apex, low apex speed at the center, and then a nice early exit gave me the best run through here. And then as well, through this one, you can take a lot of inside curb on entry. And then very important to keep the car very tight all the way through the hairpin because you're going to find a lot of time. And then this one really is about getting the car as wide as you can on entry, flicking it in, clipping the inside curb, using as much of the outside as possible without running wide and invalidating. And then the final corner, like I said, there's a little bit of a hill on the exit, and you need to use that to give yourself a bit of extra straight line speed. But guys, that is a lap of Zandvoort. Very technical, very complex. If you guys enjoyed it, drop me a like, and like I said before, subscribe if you are new. We're trying to hit 50k by the end of the year on the channel. And also check out the 2 videos on your screen right now if you have missed them. But guys, that is it from me here today at Zandvoort. The next one will be at Spain, so tune in for that one. But until then guys, take care, and it's goodbye from me.